Ma Nishtana alaylu hazeh mikol alaylos. Paisach Tufshin Pai Gimel. Paisach 2023. We see something very interesting by the side that we prompt the kids to ask us questions. We eat karpas, we do weird things. We prompt the kids to ask us questions. The more questions the kids ask, the more successful we were. And it says in all the Svurim that the whole side that is about Emina, is about us starting to believe deeply in Hashem and us giving it over to our children for the next generations to believe more in Hashem and to connect with Hashem. That is the whole purpose of the questions and the whole side. It's all about Emina. And when it comes to Emina, we know that asking deep questions can be a slippery slope. So why do we prompt our kids to ask us as many questions as possible? They ask Ma Nishtana 4 questions, and we see also by the Masa Rebbe Eliezer, we see they were up the whole night saying the Masa of Yitzis Mitzrayim. When it comes to the story of Yitzis Mitzrayim, it's a simple story. It's just a story, what happened, the 10 Makkos. What is there to talk about the whole night? And also, every single year, we keep on coming back to the same story. Why do we expect the kids to have the same new questions? They know already. They learned already. Okay, they learned about Parayim Mitzrayim. They learned about the 10 Makkos. They know already how everything is. Furthermore, we see in the Aguda, we see the Keneged Abu Bu and the Divrei Torah. There's 4 types of people, of kids asking questions. There's the Chochem, there's the Rusha, there's the Tam, and there's Shani Da Elishal. Why can't it be one type? Your kid is going to ask you a question, you'll answer. What is the need for us to see 4 different types of kids asking questions? Another insight that we could ask, if someone doesn't have kids or someone is not married, or it says that they should ask the questions from Hashem. Now, how does that work in terms of, I don't see anything different. Every year, the same karpas, the same matzah, everything is the same. Now, to answer this, let's go on a bit deeper on when we see ourselves asking questions. So the whole side, what Chazal did, the side that simulates how we as children go through our life. We are children. We are children in this world. We are going through the side, which is our whole life. We go through it the whole life. And what happens is we keep on asking questions. Ma Nishtana. Why does everyone in my class already have a house and I don't? Why is it taking me so long to find the shidduch? I'm doing everything right. Why? We're asking Ma Nishtana. We cannot stand our analytical mind. It's not even our emotions. Our analytical mind is trying to take control, trying to understand the situations, trying to be in control here. We're doing the right things, we want results, and we're asking what is going on. I opened the business, I did this, and no one is buying my product. What is going on? Ma Nishtana. And throughout the day, we could ask hundreds, if not more, of times, Ma Nishtana. I wanted it should be a nice day today, and it started raining. Ma Nishtana. Why? Why in the world? I wanted my kids to behave, and they do not behave. Even though I read the best parenting book, Ma Nishtana. We keep on seeing things in life that are not the way we want it to be. And we keep on asking Hashem, Ma Nishtana. And to go even deeper, there's 4 ways how we ask these Ma Nishtanos. These are all resistance of how reality is playing out. So there's step 1 is reality, which, it's raining today and you don't like it. And there's even a higher step of Emina, which is believing that everything is orchestrated with an exact design and on purpose. But we're going to talk about the basic one. So we have 4 types of how we ask questions. Sometimes we're in the state of being a chochem. We're fully analytical. We're trying to understand. Just as an intellectual being, we're trying to make sense. Why does this person have this? Okay, so what am I going to do? So I have everything planned out. I'll make my task list. I'll do this. Everything will be perfect. We go into our computer brain. We're trying to analyze and trying to be this chochem. And that's how we're trying to answer our questions. The second thing is Rusha. We're sometimes in such deep pain. in such deep trauma because we're traumatized, because we can't handle what reality is bringing us. Reality is telling us that we have to be sick now. Reality is telling us that we have to be poor now. Or reality is telling us that something else has to happen right now, but we are not handling it. And that's a good thing, as we'll talk soon. So we kind of act out. We start screaming. We start doing many manifestations which are harmful because we're in pain. We cannot stand what's going on with our life. We can't handle it. Then there is the mode of a tom. We're just, going along. We're asking. That's the default mode. We're asking, why? We're just wondering. We say Mi'at Hashem, it's going to be good, and Mi'at Hashem. But we're just like saying, yes, this is how life is. It's a hard world. And we're just like, we're just chuckling with our heads like a tom. And then there's a state of Sha'ani Da'ilishol. We are so sad with inside ourselves that we can't even open our mouth. We decide to shut down completely. We don't even ask. We don't even ask what's going on. Why is this happening? We just are quiet. We know this is who we are. This is what we get. And this is what's going to be forever. And we go into the mode of Sha'ani Da'ilishol. And the most amazing thing is that why are we prompting the kids to ask the questions? We are prompting them to ask questions because the best way to grow in a minute, the best way to grow, Hashem wants us to ask the questions. It's not a bad thing. The Chochem, Rusha, Tam, Sh'ani, Da'ilishol, these are 4 stages that we all go throughout the days, throughout our life. We constantly go through these stages. And why? Why does Hashem do this to us? Hashem did this on purpose. This is the way Hashem designed the world. Just like we do something weird, the design is the kid is going to ask a question. The same way in our life. If something happens that we are not used to, that we feel out of control, we start asking the question. And that is the way how to become closer to Hashem, magically. It says in Choyves Halvovas that the way a person becomes connected to Hashem is when he starts having a lack in something, let's say a lack of money or a lack of health, and then he starts going to Hashem and begging him for something. That is the door of you recognizing that you're in pain and you want something from Hashem. That is the door of a minute, because the more questions we have, we kind of come to this realization that we are not in control, because we constantly think again and again that we are in control. We understand everything and everything makes sense until it doesn't. And every year, even if I understood my life until now, there can happen new things and new realizations happen that I have new questions. And that's why every year we come back and we start asking more questions, new questions. When you were 14 or 15, you thought that you understand the world in its completion. And then you found out new questions. You came to new things. You were like, what's going on? Why is this not working? Why? What's happening over here? You started asking new Ma Nishtanus. Why am I not finding a job? Why am I not this? Why is this person acting so weird? Why is this happening? I cannot fix it. What should I do? And the answer to all of this is Avuda Muyini Lapari b'Mitzrayim. We were Avuda Muyini. Now, what is the actual tenets of Avuda Muyini? Why did Hashem have to put us in Mitzrayim so we should have all these questions and all these nisim? Hashem shouldn't have done this whole trick, putting us in Mitzrayim, then getting us into Nin Sharatim, and then pulling us out. So the Nesiv Shulam said that the whole reason why Hashem put us through all this is just for growth. And we all know that people are put into challenges in order for them to grow. If not, what's the whole purpose of life? You could serve Hashem as a malach, just like before you were born and after you're gonna die. What is this whole play of coming here down, seeing problems and starting to fix it and starting asking questions? That's the whole way how we become closer to Hashem, is when we start having our questions of the Chucham and the Rusha and the Tam and the Sh'ani Da'ilishol, all our types of questions, we start asking Hashem, what is going on? And then what do we learn? We learn to surrender. We learn Avuda Mini L'Parav Mitzrayim. There is no reason. There is no reason why Hashem did this, because we don't understand. We tell Hashem, we understand. After you took us out, we see the whole thing that it was for good. And that's how we should go through our life of when we have our questions, we should embrace our questions. It's not a bad thing to have the question, but this is what makes us grow. Asking the Ma Nishtana, asking what is going on, is your next step of surrendering to Hashem, is your next level of, first it starts with, it's going to be a sunny day, and then it rains, and then you learn how to handle that. That you learned when you were 7 years old. Then you become a bit more advanced, you start learning what it means to handle a rejection when you want to apply for something and people send you, no, you can't come in. So that is level 2. And then it goes more and more with a sickness or with losing money or whatever it is that we can't really handle, that we freak out. And you'll see there's a lot of levels of surrendering to Hashem. There is many levels that we could keep on coming back and seeing things that we cannot give up control. We feel that we are in complete control, and if that thing goes out of control, we go haywire. Just like a kid does not hold back from asking their question. They see something weird, they right away pipe up. It's something they don't control. They thought we're going to eat matzah now. They see you eat karpas, they go out of control. They start asking right away the question. And that's how we are our entire life. And that's what brings us closer to Hashem, to keep on letting go and understanding that the answers are going to come by its own. The answers are going to be answered by itself, just like Mitzrayim was the answer that the Yidden started seeing the entire teretz to the why the whole Mitzrayim happened afterwards. And they go even deeper in the Midbar. You see by the Yamsev, the Yidden were at their next question. They're asking, why are we here? Why are you taking us to Mitzrayim? We're dying by the Yamsev. What is going on? Why are you doing us? There was another Ma Nishtana. And then in the Midbar, there was 10 times. They were asking again, Ma Nishtana, what happened? I thought you saw everything already. The answer is, as the Nasiv Shulam points out, that Emina has no limits. It goes deeper and deeper. It is infinite. There is no limit of telling yourself, like, okay, I believe in Hashem, I fully surrender, I'm good now. No, it doesn't work like that, because it's an infinite hasukah. It goes deeper and deeper, and there's layers and layers that we could keep on going. And that's why you see there was tzaddikim on the night of Pesach, they were able to be oisik in this Indian, in this emina, for many hours until daybreak. And that's what they were doing. You could go very deep in this, but you could also go very basic. You could start with, why am I not handling, sitting at the side there? Why am I not handling these little triggers that we have? We could start with that, and then we could go up until illness, until death, until we could handle anything Hashem plans for us. Whatever He sends to us, it's handleable. It could be painful, but it doesn't have to break down our happiness for good. It can be painful temporarily, it can clean us out, it can make us better, and it's painful, but it ultimately leads us to very high spiritual growth. Have an amazing Yom Tov.